everybody, my name is Fortefyre and welcome to episode 28 of the Fyreside chat. Today we're going to be talking about two games combined into one, so HangOn and Safari Hunt. Both on the Sega Master System, both fantastic games. And also, full disclaimer, if you hear my kids in the background, you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm not going to edit them out. I'm a father of four and I'm proud of it, and you will never see me censoring my kids to make these videos. So just endure it. I have to endure it every day until they turn 18. True story. Mistakes were made. So yeah, today we're talking about HangOn and Safari Hunt. Now here's the kicker, and this is what's gonna suck. I don't have a light phaser, which is the firearm that was used for Sega Master System. It kind of looks like a weird NES zapper, but Vader mode. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And I don't have that, so I'm not going to be able to play Safari Hunt. So realistically, this is just going to be a HangOn review for all intents and purposes. But I figured we'd talk about that. Now, as an olive branch, I'm going to extend a little bit more knowledge into Sega Master System. Is that fair? I think that's a fair trade. So let's go ahead and start off by looking at the Sega Master System and explaining some of the quirks about it, because it's a strange system. Now, for many of y'all, you may have heard of what was known as the SG-1000 if you pay attention to old consoles. This is the Sega Mark III, or SG-1000 Mark III, whatever, known commonly as the Sega Master System. Now, this one is really cool. It's really cool. First of all, it's got the power button on the front, which is fine and dandy. That's nothing abstract, right? But then you realize you've got a pause button on the front. In all of my years of collecting systems, I have never once ever in my fucking life seen the pause button on the console. It's insanity, dude. Also, this system takes in two different game formats. One is the cart, obviously, cartridge. The other one being a card. Now, I don't own any of the card Sega games, but F-16 Fighting Falcon, which is a game that I really want, is on a card, and hopefully we'll get that one of these days. This guy is dusty as fuck! But a really cool console. Really cool console. It's very strange the pause button's on there. I don't really like the controller. The controller's kind of funky, but that's neither here nor there. One of these days, we're going to make a video series that exclusively talks about the histories of consoles, and we'll do that when that time comes. But anyway, let's talk about the games. So this obviously is a combination of two fantastic games that Sega put out. The first one, HangOn, came out in arcades in 1985. Safari Hunt, the light gun game, came out in 1986. So they combined this in late 1986. I don't know why. I guess they figured, hey, fuck it, why not? I'm pretty sure there's some Sega Master Systems out there that have these already pre-installed on it. I think the version I have, the SMS that I have, has HangOn installed on it already. And I'll show you all that whenever we boot up. Essentially, there's a game built into the console, and there's three different variances depending on which one you got. I think one of them has Snail Maze or some other stupid fucking game like that. And if you're curious about the history of Sega, I strongly suggest that you go back and take a look. I think it's episode 6 of the Ready Go Gaming Show, where we talked about everything Sega, and it was one of my favorite episodes. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. It's a really, really great episode. Outside of that, I've never played any Sega arcade games, so HangOn, never heard of it. Safari Hunt, never heard of it. So as an adult, checking these out, more specifically in Shenmue, because I'm pretty sure that HangOn's in Shenmue. I played the hell out of it. But what else came out in 1985 or 1986? The OG Legend of Zelda, but here's the kicker. I don't know if this was the Famicom Disk System version or if it was the Gold release. I'm going to assume it was the Disk System because it sounds like the year that this system came out. But anyway, this game. Dragon Warrior, also known as Dragon Quest being the original one, because Dragon Warrior is what happens after you get copyright striked by YouTube. But not really. By a board game company, I believe, is what the actual company was. This piece of shit. And staying on the topic of the Sega Master System, another very exceptionally popular character came to fruition, Alex Kidd, with the game Alex Kidd in Miracle World. So 1986 is a pretty nifty year for a lot of companies starting out. 1986 was a damn good year in gaming, more specifically for the NES though. 8-bit titles such as Castlevania, fucking Wonder Boy, Fantasy Zone, a bunch of proprietary IPs were kicking off, right? It's the best way I can say it. So Metroid, Castlevania, Legend of Zelda, you name it, it came out. I think the only exception would be Mario because Mario's a little bit older. That's enough out of me. Let's go and take a look at this case. Check it out. This is one of the few CIB games that I have for Sega Master System, which is a fucking lie, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost all of them are complete in box. They're super easy to get. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's go and take a look at it. Let's get out of here. We're professionals. Anyway, this is my copy of HangOn and Safari Hunt, the combo cartridge. Now, one thing I want to point out about Sega is that they are very simple in their design. You're not going to see anything different than this. This is just the way it is, alright? The only artwork you're going to get is a little bit of nonsense here, right? And outside of that, when it's all said and done, I can get it. Actually, I'll just use this as an example. This is what they all look like. So there's really no artwork at all, unless it's the small little artwork on the front. The rest of the times just looks like this. One thing I do want to point out though is that they kept this crosshatch pattern. I'll show you an example of that real quick. Like for example on Sonic, this is what I call continuity. See that crosshatch pattern? I love that shit. Good job, Sega. But anyway, HangOn and Safari Hunt. What does it say right there? It says Light Phaser series, which again is the firearm that you use for this. The combo cartridge featuring a guy riding his motorcycle away from a hat swiping tiger paw. That's just the way it is, right? See what it says on the back. HangOn Safari Hunt, motorcycle racing and jungle adventure, all on one Sega combo cartridge. 2 great games, 1 combo cartridge. Alright, how many fucking times are you gonna say that? HangOn is the 3D motorcycle race game that's taken the arcades by storm. True fucking story. Race through grasslands, seasides, valleys, nighttime cityscapes, and of course, motorcycle race courses. The game is so fast it even gives you special techniques like HangOn and counter steering for taking the corners. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, I just always lose. Safari Hunt takes you on the most complete hunting experience ever created. Armed with the accuracy of the Sega Light Phaser, you'll travel over deep lakes, through perilous jungles, and into the thick, treacherous rainforest. Show off your marksmanship skills to earn winning trophies. They're worth the trouble. Nothing's worth the trouble. I don't know if you've ever tried to hunt animals with fucking Han Solo pistols, but it's not very effective in my opinion. Anyway, Sega, now there are no limits. Maybe. Alright, open. God. Bitch! Now I want to point out, there's 2 things you usually get with a Sega Master System game. Usually you get a manual saying what the fuck the game is, and the rest of the time, they will upsell the shit out of their games. For example, Transbot or My Hero. These are all card games. I remember I mentioned, and this is the one I want, F-16 Fighting Falcon. Some of the game formats were presented on a card-based medium, which is really, really cool. Teddy Boy, that's what they call me. I'm all about the teddies. I like big teddies and small teddies. Here we go, Black Belt. Transbot, that sounds cool. It kind of looks like Mystery of Convoy by that Transformers shooting game, but we'll see. It looks like a horizontal shooter, platformer thing. Choplifter, Fantasy Zone, everybody knows Fantasy Zone. Super popular Sega arcade game. Super, super popular. Now, there's no point for us to talk about plot right now, because there is no plot. These are both arcade games. So we're just gonna hop into it, talk about it, and then when it's all said and done, we'll rate it. Hopefully we can get a little bit more time. Oh man. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more time playing the game versus reviewing it, because we don't have a plot part. Anyway, that's enough out of me. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the system. This is with no card on. Let's see what version I have. I think I have the HangOn version. It's been a hot minute since I've messed with this. Let's see, what we got? What we got? I just had to fix this motherfucker because apparently a key slipped in and really wanted to ruin my day. So we got HangOn, right? So there's no card in right now. This is just run-of-the-mill HangOn. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this because the cart is essentially the same thing, right? So you can see this is a motorcycle racing game. I played this in Shenmue, and to be honest, I feel like this version is far superior to the arcade version. I don't know why. But anyway, let's go ahead and give this a shot. There's only 2 buttons on the Sega Master System, 1 and 2. 1 doubles as start, so here we go. Perfect. I actually really enjoy this game. I really wanted to beat this one on stream. Alright. So just gotta hold down. There is a way to change gears, I just don't recall how to do it. Alright, so it's up and down. Gotcha. So you're on a timer, right? So you gotta beat it in a certain time. And then you gotta dodge these guys. Fuck! The manual talks about like some tricks you're supposed to be able to do, but I haven't figured out how the fuck to do it. There we go. Look at this. Pro strats. Look at us go. I think I've beaten level 1. I forget how many levels are actually in this game, but it's addicting. It's a really, really good arcade game, especially on the Sega Master System. Most of the titles that I have for the Sega Master System right now are arcade games, but they're not too hot. They're not too great. I don't know. One of them is Chopper Lifter or something like that. Thunderblade. I'm stupid. Chopper Lifter I think is an actual title. I just don't recall which one it is. All right, fuck. God damn it! I died. Alright, so we're back to low gear, that's fine. So you got to get back up to speed. We're probably not going to make the timer. So there's certain games that I play where I kind of get in this trance where it's hard to talk and play. 1942 is a perfect example of it, but you can veg out on a game like this forever. The only other racing-ish game that we played was a game called Road Blasters, which is an NES title in the same, you know, family, 8-bit. And that's a really good game too. And that one actually had a competition associated with it through Atari. The more you know, right? This guy is the worst motorcycle racer ever. Or maybe it's me. Hey, look at those backgrounds. They're so neat. I'm a huge fan of Sega Master System, the way it presents itself, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. We got 31 seconds, and we've got, what, 2 miles left? Let's see if we can do it. If we die again, we're not going to make it to the next level. Shit on my face. Come on, can we get it? We could probably get it. It's going to be close, though. Jesus. Okay. Oh my god, it's going to be clutch as hell. Come on. Nice. Alright, so this is the nighttime level. This is the city, and I fucked it. I'm not really good at the Sega Master System version. But look at this. Look at this. Look how gorgeous it is. Even for 8-bit, this is fantastic. This is a really good port of this game. And there's not that many people I know of who play Sega Master System games. Off the top of my head, Frenham, which is a friend of the stream, a friend in real life as well, just a fantastic dude. He plays a lot of Sega Master System. And I asked him, I was like, hey, why do I not like any of these games? He's like, well, it's not my fault. You bought all the shit ones. You can also change the levels if you're curious. You want to start in level 3? You can start in level 3. I think I beat level 1, though. I almost got taken out by a fucking cactus! God damn it. Who knew cactus were so... cacti. Who knew cacti were so dangerous? So you gotta be careful. The D-pad on the Sega Master System, it rolls really easily to where it freaks out. I don't know why. It's hard to explain. If you ever take a look at the Sega Master System controller, it's probably one of the strangest ones ever. It's not very comfortable to hold if you're not careful. You gotta get used to it. Because there's a cord coming out the right side. Usually the cord comes out the top and kind of just hangs down. No, not on this one. It's strange. I'll put up a picture here. Let's fade in a picture of a Sega Master System controller for you. Look at that shit. Anyway, we made it to the night level. See if we can actually beat... Eat a dick! So beautiful. I think this is the last part of the course, too. Just gotta get it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm drifting a lot more than I usually do. Alright, cool. Might actually beat this course. I was too far on the left. Oh, I'm too far on the right. I'm too far on the right. Can we make it? We might actually make it. Oh my god! Where the fuck are we now? The oil refinery? What the fuck? Oof, okay. We just gotta ask ourselves, at what point does it freak out on us? Do we do it? Hell yeah, brother! Alright, so this is we beat the first level. Nice. So if you do this 3 times, you win. So you move on to level 2. I think it's gonna kick us back to the menu too. Let's see. Challenge the next course. Let's challenge the next course, see what's going on with it. Alright, so this is course 2. So eventually you gotta watch out and move out of the way, because that guy will power fuck you. You see that shit? They start coming up behind you and stuff. They'll give you the razzle dazzle, you know what I'm saying? So there's 4 levels, it seems. And as always, if you don't make it in one sitting, you can always just choose which course you want to start. You got course 1, 2, and 3 that you can choose from the menu, which is really nice. I'm a huge fan of this title. This is a great title. Starting it off good on the Sega Master System too. But I do need to get a light phaser, because certain games, I think Rambo 3, you actually have to have a light phaser to play, because I think it's a shooting game only. I'd have to double check. We're fucking killing it now. Damn it! I spoke too soon. This game is really relaxing. It's stupid react. Alright. Alright, that's enough out of this. Let's go ahead and pop in the card so you can see what that looks like. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put in HangOn and Safari Hunt, the combo cartridge. Let's see what happens. Alright, so it says to start HangOn, push the right side of the control pad to start Safari Hunt, point the light phaser gun at the screen and pull the trigger. Now obviously we don't have that, so we're gonna go ahead and pull up a just a long play real quick and see if we can find something. Sound good? Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so this is going to be just a World of Long Plays thing. I think this is what this is. So we're gonna make sure we give credit to them. But this is awesome. Let's see if we can get something. So this is the same combo card, it looks like, that they're using. So I would presume they'd aim the light phaser and then pull the trigger. And here we go, we got Safari Hunt. Let's see what this game's all about. 1986. Some racist looking alligator. Look at that fucking alligator, man. He's like, please God help me. They even tied up his little tail, you see that? Alright. One thing I don't like about these long play videos is that they let the menu go for like ever. I don't know why. I think it's just for whatever. Hello? This is cute. Oh shit, this actually looks really fun. It cooks the animals when you shoot them, which makes sense. Makes sense. It doesn't help that the ducks kind of look like flying loaves of breads with duck heads attached to them, which is hilarious to me. Fuck that rabbit. This looks pretty spot on. I wish I had a light phaser. I'd love to play this. I would record it over the shoulder. I have a CRT in the garage. That's what I used to test a lot of the early generation games. But this looks pretty cool. This looks like a pretty fun game. The artwork's pretty good too. But that's the beauty and the charm of Sega Master System. As an 8-bit console, they did a really good job with most— Fuck, that's green! Jesus Christ, I could probably chroma key that, it's so green. I don't take out the parrots. Bears? Armadillos? What will they think of next? I want to hear that jazzy fresh tune again. Now we're back here again to bread ducks. It gets faster, it gets harder. He's not doing so hot now, is he? He's not doing so hot. Alright guys, that's it. Let's go ahead and rate the game. This is a really cool arcade game. 100% I love this game. It seems pretty fucking nifty. HangOn is a fantastic arcade game. I can't really vouch for Safari Hunt because I didn't play it, but from what we looked at with the footage, it looks pretty decent, not gonna lie. I gotta ask Sharpie or a few of my other friends who love Sega games how it feels, because there are games like Shooting Gallery and Safari Hunt, stuff like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into what I can rate, which is HangOn, essentially. So this episode's mostly about HangOn, but I figured we'll throw in the combo card because it's a cool concept, right? 2 games in one. You didn't see it that often. I mean, the first time I encountered it was Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. And there's another one floating around that's got like Stadium Events or Nintendo World Championship, some fucking shit like that. It's got 3 different games on it. Or is it World Class Track and Field or something? I don't know. I don't own it because I don't believe in owning like multiple copies of the same thing. But technically, it's a different game. So anyway, cart. Very simple. You're not going to get a good rating for a card out of this probably ever, and that's the one thing I'm going to ding it for. So we can't look at the case, right? We can't look at the card. We got to look at the actual box, and that's what we're going to gauge it on. And unfortunately, through and through, they really didn't do much. It's a motorcycle and a tiger swiping a hat. So I'm going to have to give it a C. Gameplay. It's 8-bit, and from what I understand, it's fun as hell. I mean, playing HangOn, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There are moments where the way that the controller is designed kind of sucks. Let me grab the controller real quick so I can show you. It's just easier to explain in person. So this is the controller. Look at how the wire goes. If you're like me, you hold games like this, right? And this gets really fucking annoying rapidly. Plus, it's not really a D-pad. It's like a D-saucer, if that makes sense. So technically, if you hit like up and left or up and right, you're technically hitting down for some weird reason. I don't fucking get it. Not really my favorite way of controlling a game, but in terms of gameplay, it's pretty decent. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a B. Art. Best art I've ever seen on an 8-bit for Sega Master System so far. So, If any of you know anything about RGB and SCART cables, Sega is native to RGB for almost all of their consoles. I think all of them are. Sega Master System, SG-1000, which this is SG-1000, it's just Mark III. Then we have, the Genesis, Saturn. I think everything outside the Dreamcast is native RGB, and it's some of the most razor-sharp imagery you'll ever see. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the artwork an A. It's really good. Music. I don't remember really hearing any music, but you don't really need it whenever you're racing. But then again, Outrun, which was also a Sega IP, had fantastic music while you're racing because you're pretty much driving, a Ferrari down the street and you're listening to the radio. So I'm going to give it a B, but in hindsight, I should probably give it more of a D or a C. But we're going to go ahead and give it a B. Fun. Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely fun. I'm going to give it an A. Just really good game to veg out and just sit and chill. That leaves us with an overall score of a B, and it's well deserved. I really, really enjoy this game, and if you have a Sega Master System, you need to add this game to your collection. Or maybe you don't even need to. If you're like me, you have a Sega Master System that's already got HangOn built in. So it is what it is. But that's enough out of me. Down in the comment section below, tell me what games I should be playing. We're coming very close to the end of this season. We should be doing a finale within the next 2 episodes, and I'm super excited for that. And I wanted to personally say thank you to everybody who takes the time to watch these videos. They're a blast to make, and it's always nice to see different, consoles in action. So from my family to your family, good energy, good vibes, Fortefyre out.